mwina kufuna chani akufuna mafoni ndi pangibwa ndipite ndikatengere loan kaya banki kuti ndigule mafoni ambiri ndi apasi kena kanachita it means capital yanu yakula, because if you are talking of equity, we are talking of capital of the organization, not equity. So it's nothing apart from the things that we do normally, only that because the names are different viewpoint. This is just a name, but it's the same, that it's return on equity or the capital of the organization. That's what it is. So what they're telling us that you can increase capital of your organization by doing more profits and taking the profits to the capital. Or you can make more money on your capital by taking, by increasing or buying other assets for the organization. Or you can take more loan or bigger loans for you to make more capital for your organization. That's it. It's nothing apart from that. That's DuPont. Because when we talk about DuPont and talk about profit margin, asset turnover, I think there's new things. That's the same things that we do, only that the names have been put according to the class we have. So that is what we mean. So now, components of the DuPont, as we had already said, we are saying that we have the profit margin, we have the asset turnover. So let's start with the asset turnover. Asset turnover is a financial ratio that measures how efficiently a company uses its assets to generate sales revenue or sales income for the company. So what are we saying? We're saying that when we're talking of asset turnover, we're talking of the increase of the assets that we have for the organization. Mind you, when we're talking about capital or equity of an organization, we are even including the values of the assets that we have at that particular organization. For example, in University of Lilongwe, our assets, give examples, examples of assets at the organization here we are stated as asset turnover. Building, we are seated in building. These, their values also add up to the equity of the organization. That's what we are saying. According to what they are telling us, they are saying that these are the assets that are used to generate sales or revenue. How do they assist us in generating revenue? We are seated in here. We are lecturing each other. Okay. At the end of it, you give us the school fees. There we see how much we are making out of that. So these are some of the things that we should take into account as the things of the organization or aspects of the organization. And then we should go again with financial leverage. Financial leverage refers to the amount of debt that a company utilizes to finance its operation, as compared with the amount of equity that a company utilizes. So we're saying that the debt, when added to the equity, it means obviously we're increasing our equity or our capital. As was the case with the asset turnover and profit margin, increased financial leverage will also lead to an increase in return on equity. This is because the increased use of debt as financing will cause a company to have higher interest payments, which are tax deductible, because dividend payments are not tax deductible, maintaining a high portion of debt in the company's capital structure, which leads to a higher return on equity. What are they telling us? They're telling us, yes, we're going to have a debt or a leverage that was taken from other organizations. But we're also going to begin giving them interest on top of the deduction, as well as the tax. But that is not something that can hinder us on the equity increase. Because in the long run, we are going to have the increase on our capital because of the revenue that we are going to be getting out of the money that was taken from another organization. So despite this deduction, that is not something that can hinder us from taking the debt. So the DuPont equation in relation to organizations or industry. So the DuPont equation is less useful for some industries that do not use certain concepts or for which the concepts are less meaningful. On the other hand, some industries may rely on a single factor of the DuPont equation more than the other. What are we talking about? For example, we can think about another company basing on what you are doing. Let me give an example of a company that does asset hire. They cannot think of profit margin more, but they will think of asset turnover. So it depends on company to company. Where we are talking about those that are big companies, maybe can depend on all of them. But some companies cannot. They can only depend on one. Others, they can only depend on Gombori leverage only. And so on. So that is what we mean when we are talking of relationship between the equation and industry. So there are some organizations that are not big. It means those can rely maybe on profit margin. So it depends on the company to company. So the return on equity has got also limitations. Apart from its beautiful part or good part of it that it does for the organization, it also has limitations. So return on equity measures the rate of return on the ownership interest of a business and is irrelevant if earnings are not reinvested or redistributed. So the limitation is that it's not everybody that can think of taking the profits and putting it into the equity. So others do not want that. So as a result, that can be a limitation based on how the owner thinks about how to do it. We are talking of limitations of return on equity, okay? So we are saying return on equity measures the rate of return on the ownership interest. ndamini amafuna kuti ndikulise capital yanga. Si aliyense amene angaganize zimenezi. Ena akhoza kuganiza kunena kuti interest uje profit imene ife bweresanji abweresanji kapangire chapo. So it depends on individual company. It's not every company which can think about increasing the three or one of them if it depends on the company. So this is the limitation, because if the owner thinks about not increasing the equity, it means that cannot happen. You get the point? So the other thing is the return on equity is an indication of how well a company uses investment funds to generate earnings. So this depends again on each and every company. Maybe you don't want to generate more earning growth, you just be stable. In makamu ona kwa makampani kama so these are some of the things that it depends on how a company uses its investment fund. It's not every company that can use its investment fund according to what is supposed to be done. So we have got about some of them that are also limitations, but I'll skip because of time, but we want to finish this one today. So we're talking about now fundamental analysis of the DuPont. An analysis of a business with a goal of financial projection in terms of income statement, financial statement and health, management and competitive advantage, and competitors and market. What are we talking about? We're talking of the fundamental analysis of a business, where we are thinking of one financial projection. Okay? That's the analysis that is done when we're talking of fundamental analysis in DuPont. One, we're talking of the financial projections in terms of income statement. In DuPont, we have one. We're talking of financial projections. In income. What they analyze when they are talking of fundamental analysis in DuPont they take financial projection in generation. This is normal for in the school. Mwakhala pansi mukuphika mandazi, okay? Mukuphika mandazi. Mandazi aja lero mwagulisa, mawa mwagulisa. Mukamakhala mumagenza kunena ukuthi zona unaweza kuzikati profit zona unaweza 10,000. Leo unaweza 12,000. Ndiyo kuti mawa sizapanga. That's normal. Okay? Mawa sizapanga 15,000. Okay? So this is what they're telling us. That when they analyze the company, if we are talking of DuPont, it assists in fundamental analysis by projections of income in the organization. Because they can think about how they are making the profits. Okay? To say, then we can think that at least by the end of this month, we're going to be there. So this is what they are saying, that when they are analyzing the company using the DuPont, they can also think about the projections, the future making of the profits that the company can make. Then we are talking about the financial statement and its health. In the health of the financial statement, we are talking to say, are we going to really continue our company? Is it going to be continue? These are some of the things that the company looks into the health of the organization. So DuPont is a very, very important tool if it comes to big organizations as well as us as asset and financial manager. We are supposed to know this, how the big organizations operate and how they make more money or more equity. This is the way how they do it. So that's why we as the asset and financial managers, we should know how we can maneuver and increase the equity of the organization. Again, when they are analyzing, management does the competitive advantage and the competitors on the market. So they look into the competitive advantage as well. Whereby they look into the competitors and market. Here we are talking about the competitive advantage. How are we going to be more than our competitors? What should we do? Okay? Maybe the competitor depends on profit margin to increase their equity. And yet, they are also doing our business as we are doing. What should we do? Okay, because we have got the assets, then we should go in the asset turnover. There, you are going to see the competitors as well as in the market what is there. I can give an example, a very good example here. When you were starting this university, it wasn't as it is now. You have seen a change. How? They have depended on the asset turnover. we should have projections so that we should see that even those that are doing ODS, they should be seeing the lecturers lecturing and hearing exactly what they have imparted to the students that are genuine. So more students can come in because it means we are going to be higher than the other schools that are also having the same. So this is a very good example that you are seeing here at your school, and yet you are learning viewpoint. So these are the fundamental ones, the main ones that the company is basing on in terms of the viewpoint. So it means here at the university we are using viewpoint. One, good. So we have another LOI or return on equity formula. Another ROI is equal to net income after tax divided by shareholder equity. You know, we are given several formulas whereby sometimes you can be given a problem that what we are saying is not there, but they have others, like the one that we started. Then you can use that one. That's how we do it. Poyamba sasa ninasoma formula then. Formula then mwina au kwa santabe ziwili. Put in place low, then you can use that formula. Sometimes you can be given that is the net income that has shown that it has what? Deducted tax. Then you use this one. So we are talking that this sometimes can be expressed as a percentage, whereby return on equity is the best used to compare companies in the same industry. So that is sometimes done by expressed in percentage, where you compare other industries or organizations that are also doing the same as you are doing. So the composition of return on equity into various factors presents various ratios used to companies in fundamental analysis. So what are we saying? We talked about fundamental analysis whereby different ratios can be used depending on how you can do it. So we have another formula of Lloyd. Another formula of Lloyd. We have net profit, divided by equity, multiplied by net profit divided by supremacy. You're looking pre-tax profit divided by what is the exit? How about Nashi Golden? So that is the meaning of EBIT. It means earnings before interest and tax. We have so many formulas in connection with that, but these others are CPF and the share that you can again read in the presentation, but it's just something to explain more about the dividend of the owner. So, we just have something to do like that, so that we should understand it better. Umazibuveka ngasizivuveka muzinene osati kukhala chete ndozipamawo zitakuvuta. We are now talking about the balance sheet. We just have to have an example, understand better about what we are talking about on DuPont. We have AYZ company. But when we are writing a balance sheet or financial statement, always we have to put a name on top, is it? Good. Then this is balance sheet. Then balance sheet pada at a particular date.
Yes.
It was good. June 2022. That's our example. We're talking about addition of the visit. Addition of that is that. Padema class column. Good. Then column of total. Another column. You get it? Good. So we have then non-current assets. Being building, which is 550,000. Then we have plant and equipment. Whereby it is 250,000. Then we have vehicles. Which is 120. Then we have total non-current assets. The total of that is what brings us here. Good. Which is like 10. Lining was there 365 during teacher. During 920, yes? Good. So total assets. TPT and total assets. It means there's that and that. Because these are current and these are none. Is it? Good. Which is 1275. Tugiye kujya haba murimba musuri. Yes, 14 years bata. Not to go. We have credit, 50,000. We have creditors, 100,000. Tax payable 25. Total current liabilities. And current liabilities. Then we have long-term loans, 700,000. The total liability, 850. long-term loan. This is the same but the calculated routine. You get the point. This is also going to be here because we don't have other right? And then the total non-current. Looking at that over the then total liability, between that and that, is it? Yeah. Let's see. I hope that I will be able to do it. Then continue owner's equity. Equity, we have capital, 100,000. Then we have retained earnings, 215. Hundred you are carrying more than because the CCTV headache. That's it. Retained earnings. Retained earnings is just the name of you. Ndio zile maskeza profit ya kula maitenga maingiza kuja kukapita. Mwa vile tumanena pamoja kwa profit margin kwa zile. Hapa ngaza mbili profit. Zike kuti tuzike kukapita. Not what we mean. Then we have current earnings. That which is 425. we should understand better on DuPont, that is the balance sheet of Mr. YZ as at the 30th of June 2022. Just an example for us to understand better. So in the example, we have seen retained earnings being the balance sheet. So retained earnings can be found in the balance sheet under the owners or shareholders equity section. So it's not something that we should get surprised of, but we just have to understand more on how the setup of the balance sheet can be if we are talking of understanding more about DuPont. So we have more explanations about the ROI and growth, and so many even return on assets in the presentation. But the main thing that we should understand is how DuPont is important to us, based on the three things that we, as the asset managers, can increase a company to grow. So those are the three things. We have more explanations that talk about per share, but that's not the main part of us, just for us to understand more when we are talking about DuPont. Any questions? So that is when we are talking about DuPont. So maybe we should again talk a bit more as of 45 minutes and that of the, maybe you are going to come across some of the words that you don't know. Capital intensity. What do you think is capital intensity? Capital intensity is a term for the amount of fixed or real capital present in relation to other factors of production. Capital intensity is the term for the amount of fixed and real capital present in relation to other factors of production, especially labor. There is no way whereby we can produce without involving a certain amount for labor. So that's what it means when we're talking about capital intensity. Why have I said that? Because we are going to interact it in the presentation whereby you can maybe not understand what it is all about. But it is nothing apart from the factors of production that are affected in connection of fixed and real capital. So the underlying concept when we're talking of capital intensity is how much output can be procured from a given input. That's asset. So we have got a formula that talks about capital intensity. Capital intensity is equal to total asset cells The total asset times sales multiplied by sum. I've said that on the intensity because of the way that is there that you can't know, but with others you have interacted with them ever. So we already know when we're talking of capital intensity, whenever we use machinery, we make labor more effective than when we are using capital intensity. If we say capital intensity, it turns out the answer. But machinery is machinery. Okay? Why are we talking about that? Sometimes you can say, for example, you are producing, let's say, tomato sauce. Okay? And then you involve people to be taking bottles to the, let's say, machine. But later on, you find a machine that just takes the bottle itself and then does it alone without people. So it means it's machinery, you have more effectiveness than when people do that. Muna wache kutenga moto zataingia back. So that's what we are talking about. It's just a matter of more explanation on the capital intensity. So that is what it means when we're talking about the dew point. So dew point is that you can increase yourself, companies either profit margin, leverage, or asset turnover. So companies will be depending on you how you are going to make the company increase. I think for today, fine. Zamvega DuPont, kama mkubwa mwichilia DuPont. Mtu zui za jina. Simple thing. Simple thing. What's kita kaya mati?